Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers.
Throwing on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The first carry for Trenton Cannon. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now with the play clock winding down, Adam Gase says, let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 7, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, hold on. Number 53, Mike 53. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got check. 53's Mike. Check. 50.
2nd down and inches. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. D Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Darnold. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
53 is the mark. 53, check 53.
On first down, Mitchell. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Big stop, big stop.
Mitchell on first and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. On second down, a run with Breida. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Brings up third down.
Set, ready. 10, touchdown. Number 53, Mike 53.
He can run. And he coughed it up.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Cannon and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Off of play action, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
4 down, check. Kill.
Off the play fake, Mitchell. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mitchell now throwing on 3rd and long. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood. 51, Mike 51. Here it comes.
Back to throw, Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Hey, Charlie. 51 to Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now. Mike 51.
3rd and long. It's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. Hold on, we finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Gold maybe not blessed with the strongest leg in the league, but he might be the most accurate. 2 for 2 from 50-plus a year ago, and he converts another one here.
Yeah, you don't want to play horse with Robbie Gould as a kicker. That guy can maneuver a football with his foot.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And now it's third down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find this.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
13 yards there and a Niner first. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mitchell taking a shot for into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half, and you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Mitchell. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Mitchell operating from the gun. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Quinnen Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
An 8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to shrink. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
51 the mic, boy, 51. Yo, lady.
To throw is Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Matt Bosher now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Pettis. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get out to you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
On first down, it's Coleman. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. Zoom, zoom. Ready, go.
Now Mitchell off the play fake. He lets this one fly toward the back, and he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Check. Lucky.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. That's complete to Trenton Cannon, the running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. From the gun, a run with Cannon. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Two times. We got 4.
Mitchell on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The sack by Jordan Willis. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Mitchell. Open man is Samuel, complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. This quarterback now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. That's caught by Howard. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
40, Jets, nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On the carry, it's Cannon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
With the score, Niners 40, Jets nothing.
The Jets on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. The shotgun snap for Donald. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second and 4. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 33 and a first. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mitchell. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Jets on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now here's another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Willis able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Mitchell now from the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate Big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 19. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the 41, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's third down. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Darnold. He is going to find Hill here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Now a desperate. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Fighting him off. Still going. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
To throw is Mitchell, operating from the gun. He goes full extension, and he's got it.
Let's go. Let's go.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the 49ers, they remain at